Alright, so let's continue the rare cars only challenge in Gran Turismo 4. I think... Did we wrap up all of the beginner events? I think we did. Yeah, so beginner events are completely done, which means we can fully focus on the professional events now, where I think we already started like a couple things. Yeah, 3 championships. So good chances, depending on how long I go today, that we actually do wrap all of this up. So we start with a turbo cup. So finding any car with a turbocharged engine shouldn't be too difficult. I think we should already have plenty. I think at this point we have a decent car collection as well, I would say. Like, I don't think we will need that many more cars. So I think I'm going to slowly stop looking at the used car dealer, and instead, if I need to, okay, these are all turbocharged. Like, look at that, there's an entire list of turbocharged cars. Oh yeah, we can use the Calsonic Skyline, yeah. We did get this one at the end of last stream, I think. It's a little overkill, I admit it's a little overkill for that kind of championship, but whatever, we want to make big progress. So we need to pull out the big guns. Okay, we'll still need to add soft tires, but that's okay. Sports tires, not soft tires. I could use the roof as well, yeah. But I would very much like to drive something with downforce this time. That would be nice. Downforce is nice. I like downforce. I like grip. So let's put those on. Just have to remember to switch the tires again if we want to use this car for anything else. GT4, but the stream ends when I get the Pattern Motorwagen. Could happen anytime. In fact, now that you mention it, it's going to happen. It's more likely to happen. Did you know that's how it works? If you mention something will happen, it's more likely to happen. This is what they call jinxing. This has been scientifically proven as well. Yeah, I have a button now, so I don't need to reach towards the keyboard anymore. It's quite nice if I want to speed up the game. Yeah, let's actually also max out the downforce on the car while we're already here. Especially since we do have sports tires. I think that is actually going to be kind of relevant. Although I'm not sure, is this faster than this? Slightly maybe, but it doesn't really matter. Anyways, we're back with a 2-point race. Lovely. Should not be too difficult. Had an under 6-hour trip for work earlier? Jesus, man. Like, that is honestly something that that kind of terrifies me. That I respect when people have like long ways to work. Like when I still went to university, it was like a 90-minute trip each time, like to the university and back. At least for a little while before I moved. And that shit drains you, man. And the thing is, I wasn't even driving a car. Like, this was purely public transport. But I found that so draining. I don't know how people can keep doing that, especially like even longer drives as well. Like, I'm really glad that I can just work from home. I feel like I gain a lot of lifetime back, which is very nice. You're a Uber driver for strictly railroad workers. Interesting. How time you drive in the middle of the night? It sounds pretty chill though. Honestly. It does sound kind of relaxing, but I think after driving for like hours and hours, you're probably kind of sick of it as well. Especially because you're mostly like sitting down. I imagine you probably don't get to like move very much, which I think at some point is... It definitely gets to you. Holy shit, okay, I need to pay more attention, otherwise I'm going to trash the car in a wall somewhere. Want to go to a vacation to Texas, and the room we were staying in had black molds. Oh, Jesus. That's like my #1 fear whenever I go to like a motel. Actually, I can tell you a horror story that I had recently. So I was in the UK in May, only for 2 nights, and the hotel we stayed at was like some like really old hotel, like a really fairly old one. It didn't have an AC. Like none of the rooms had an AC, which was awful because it was 34 degrees Celsius that day. And the room they gave me initially was kind of like on the far end of the hallway on that floor. In fact, it was so far down the hall, so far down the hallway that it was kind of like where the stairs, or where some stairs were that only workers could use. It was kind of like right next to that. Was kind of like cut off from the rest with a door as well. It's hard to explain, but I hope you get what I mean. But it was kind of like cut off from all of the other hotel rooms, and I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. So I tried to open the door, and initially it didn't work. At first I thought it was kind of too dumb to open the door. So I tried to like kind of like move the key again, and I tried to like get the door to open, and it was completely stuck. It was entirely stuck. But I realized that it's not locked. Like the lock isn't broken. It's the door is moving, like by like tiny like increments of inches. It was just barely moving. And so I was like, okay, dude, what the hell's going on? So I think I had to give the door like a very healthy body slam in order for it to open. And then I got into the room, and it was full of pollen. Like there was pollen everywhere. It was on the floor. It was on the bed. It was like the restroom, or like the bathroom, was probably the worst offender, because it was like all over the bath. I mean, they did have a bathtub, which was nice, but it was also full of pollen. Like it was everywhere. It was everywhere. Yeah, it was full of pollen, exactly. But yeah, it was all over the place. So I was like, okay, I can maybe like clean some of it, or just kind of like put some of it in the trash. But it was not a good first impression. And then there was something else that I noticed. I kind of forgot about it. Oh yeah. So I went back from the restroom back into like the main room of the hotel room, and there were like I noticed a massive spider inside of the lamp, like on the night desk. So I was like, ew. And then I looked at the ceiling, and I noticed like 4 more spiders all over the ceiling, roughly the same size. So and at that point I was like, dude, if I had a phobia of spiders, I would be having a panic attack right now. I would be having a straight panic attack. Thankfully, I don't. I just find spiders kind of gross a little bit. But if I was scared, if I had a straight up phobia, like arachnophobia, I would be terrified. So I was like, okay, I would really prefer not to have these spiders in here. So at that point, I was like, okay, I think after this, I'm just gonna ask a worker from the hotel to remove the spiders for me, because that's like insane. But then I looked around some more, and I noticed a bunch of dead flies straight on the bed. Right on the bedsheet. Like a bunch of them. Like I want to say like at least a dozen dead flies. All over. Also on the pillows. And that was the point where I was like, no, I don't think I want to stay here anymore. I don't think I want to stay here anymore. Yeah, that's a no. That's a no, dog, yeah. Easily the worst hotel room I have ever been in. Like the pollen I could kind of live with. I could maybe like just kind of clean that up myself. I obviously shouldn't, but you know. The spiders, not great, but it's something where, you know, I think you can just ask someone to just get rid of them and it's fine. The dead flies at that point, I was like, dude, I need to get out of here. I need to get the fuck out of here. This is like this room clearly hasn't seen anyone in God knows how long. And so I went back down to the reception, and I told the receptionist, like, look, when was the last time someone was in that room? In that particular hotel room? They didn't know. Turns out they didn't know. It's been a while, apparently, since they gave anyone the keys to that room. And they asked me why I'm asking. And then I told them, well, there's this in the room, and I noticed that in the room, and there's this in the room, and I would really like to get a different room if I can. And I remember the receptionist was like kind of shocked. It was apparently like some kind of like younger person. Clearly hasn't worked very long in at the hotel, and she was like kind of shocked, like what the fuck, and then went up to the hotel because obviously she wanted to see it with her own eyes to make sure that I'm not bullshitting her or whatever, and she was shook. In the room, she was like, yeah, no, we're definitely giving you like a different room. We are not letting you stay here. And then I waited at the reception for a little while longer, and then she kind of came back, and then she gave me like different keys. And I remember the cope that she told me, which was, oh yeah, someone was there the day before. Like the hotel room wasn't abandoned. We just left the windows open overnight. Sorry? Are you sure? Are you sure your boss didn't just tell you to tell me that? Because that did not look... I gotta be honest, that did not look like a room that the day before someone was sleeping in. If that's true, I would be really concerned. Like, the way the room looked did not just look like the windows were left open overnight with a light on. Like, the amount of flies and spiders in Poland, that does not accumulate over just one night. You don't get a bunch of dead flies in a day on the Veggidia. That does not happen within a night. How much was the room? So the good thing is I didn't pay for any of it. It was all paid for me. I mean, I guess now I can talk about it, because you guys already know. But this was during the studio visit that we had for Clutch. So that was what it was for. So yeah, Maverick Games paid for it. And I told them about my horror story, and they were like, okay, that is insane. We're never letting anyone sleep in that hotel again. Like, that was, like, they were also just kind of, like, baffled. But, that was probably, like, the worst horror story I've ever had with the hotel. It was horrific. Alright, topic change. Idea GT4, but you can only use cars you find listings for online for under $10,000. We did something similar recently in Gran Turismo 4. Sorry, Gran Turismo 5. Where we only used cars that I could find on eBay. I do want to do this again this week. With Facebook Marketplace though. What hotel brand did I stay at? I don't think it was a brand. It was like a standalone hotel. It wasn't a brand. Like, it wasn't a Holiday Inn or Premier Stay or whatever. I'm not sure if I want to like name drop the hotel. Because like honestly, other than that, the hotel was fine. Like, as soon as I got a different room, it was actually bigger and had a bigger bed. So I got a better room free of charge, which was kind of nice. And other than that, the staff was like super nice. So I kind of, you know, I feel bad name dropping them. But yeah, what I can say, it was a standalone hotel. It wasn't a chain. Yeah, I think honestly, like, the room was just abandoned for a while. I think that's really about it. I think the room was just not taken care of because no one was staying in it for a while. And it is definitely true that they left the windows open. But yeah, they just didn't clean it because no one has really stayed in for a while. For like several weeks. Gentlemen, what was this, like the Turbo Cup in the professional events? So we're like about halfway, I would say. Yeah, Pro Turbo. Do I already have a rare pre-80s race car for the Classic Cup? Yes. We managed to pick up, what was it, like the Bluebirds rally car? That one does show up in the historic used car dealer. So very useful. Should be fast enough to beat everything. Maybe we... It's probably gonna need some upgrades, honestly. I think on stock it's still pretty slow. But yeah. Gotta feed my little niece and nephew. It sounds like they're animals, dude. Like your pets. If you use the word feed. I mean, maybe they're still like very young, but I guess you could use that word, that terminology. Can it beat the Buick Special? I think it depends, but we can also just reroll until we just don't get the Buick if we can't beat it. If I could add a car brand to GT4, what would it be and why? I would really like... oh, there's actually a bunch that are not in here. That I would really like to see, so... A Porsche instead of roof I think is always a bit nicer. Like, I do enjoy my roofs. But there's something about Porsche that just makes it feel a little bit more official, right? And then obviously more Italian brands. This was like really the main thing that GT4 was lacking. There's like almost no Italian brands. I mean, what do you have? You have like a... Fiat in here and Lancia? I think that's literally it. Yeah, Ferrari and Lamborghini. Definitely big ones that are missing here. And they did thankfully come to Gran Turismo 5. But yeah. And they have CZ as a stand-in, but I think even then it's just one car. And I think even then it's not as... It doesn't work as well as a stand-in as like the roofs, for example. Because the roofs are literally just Porsches. Like, the chassis is, like... almost indistinguishable. But CZ is pretty different looking. Like, you can tell it's supposed to be a... Like, what was it? Like a Lambo? Like a Diablo? But, yeah. Would love to have Dacia in the game. Okay, well, what kind of Dacia car would you like to drive, then? As if I know anything about Dacia. Actually, has there ever been any official racing game with Dacia? I don't think so. I think if you want to drive Dacias, you just have to mod them into Assetto Corsa or some other game. Oh, Skoda is a good one, yeah. I gotta be honest, I think Skoda is a really cool brand. I usually enjoy Skodas whenever they appear in a racing game. It's usually rally games. Like in rally games, you tend to have some Skodas, and I usually like them. I think Skoda would fight pretty well here as well. If you'd ever want to do like an A-Spec mod or A-Spec type mod for Gran Turismo 4, you could definitely add some Skodas. I think they were usually fun because they're like... I'm not sure how much sense that makes, but they're boring in a fun way. Does that make sense? They're really, really boring cars, but that's what makes them kind of... I don't know, endearing in a way. Yeah, McLaren is also missing here. But I think at this point in time, McLaren didn't really... I don't think they built too many cars yet, did they? Like, they weren't really a renowned brand like they are nowadays. What kind of McLarens would you even add to a, you know, in the year 2000, what was this, 2004, 2005? I'm not sure. Yeah, you do have the F1. Actually, do you? The McLaren F1 in this game? No, there isn't. But you mean that was the only car they had back in the day? Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So for a while they only had the F1. I mean, honestly, F1 would be cool here. I think it might actually be in Gran Turismo 5 as well. I don't fully remember. But yeah. It was definitely more of a collab car as well. That's for sure. I mean, so was like the Mercedes McLaren SLR, right? Which I think that one is in the game, right? Although, actually, I might be thinking of a different car. It might not be the one that's in this game here. Like the one in Mission 34. Was that a Mercedes McLaren or just a pure Mercedes? I don't remember. It is partially McLaren, yeah. And I mean, if you think about it, Lamborghini was actually in Gran Turismo even before Gran Turismo 5. Because the Japanese version of Gran Turismo 3, and maybe also 4, I'm not sure about 4, but definitely 3. They did have the... was some kind of like Diablo race car. Yeah, JGTC Diablo. So they technically already had Lamborghini as early as Gran Turismo 3. Was licensed to J-Log instead of Lamborghini. Yeah, that's the main thing. That's like the main reason why it didn't really come over to the other regions, because there were some issues with the licensing. It was kind of unfortunate. I think it would have been like a pretty iconic car in Gran Turismo. But since it was really only locked to Japan, it's just not really a well-known car these days. It's more on the obscure end. Also, I think the game is kind of quiet, isn't it? Let me up the volume a bit. It's only at 10. Try 20. That's better, right? I wish it was possible to add cars and tracks to GT4. Someone on my Discord server is currently... I'm not sure if it was Gran Turismo 4 or 3. It might have been 3. But they're currently adding cars, or in the process of working on adding cars to Gran Turismo. 3 or 4. Might have been both, because they're very, like, fairly interchangeable. Yeah, and then you also have the GT3 concept mod, which I guess I haven't heard of in a while. It's been like 3 years? 4 years since I featured it on the channel. Not sure what's going on with that. But people are kind of cracking the code when it comes to adding cars to older Gran Turismo games. Obviously, you already have stuff like the A-Spec mod or the Beige Edition mod for Gran Turismo 2 that add like a bunch of cars, like hundreds already. But for the PS2 Gran Turismos, people are still kind of working on it, but progress is looking pretty good. Tracks would add more to the game than cars, I agree. They're also figuring that out. So... the guy who's just posting progress on that on my Discord server, I jokingly told him, nice, Now add the entirety of Isle of Man, like the Isle of Man, to Gran Turismo 4. And he's actually done it. It's not very advanced. Maybe I can show this. It's not super advanced. It's really just like the basic road without any decoration. But it is the full Isle of Man, which does make it by far the largest track in Gran Turismo. in Gran Turismo 4, that is. It's multitudes bigger than yeah, look at this. It's multitudes bigger than the actually I think I have to scroll up a little bit more. Than the Nordschleife. You can tell me exactly how many kilometers it is. Yeah, look at this. Oh wait, you can't see anything. This is the Isle of Man. It doesn't really look like it because it's once again just like the basic like floor, if you will. But that is it. Obviously no minimap or any decoration, but yeah. It's surprising. I thought it was impossible to do. I mean, nothing is really impossible if you just spend enough time trying to like decompile the game or parts of the game. Biggest show is gonna be II lines. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's like a whole other thing. Making sure that the opponents work, but even then, it's fine. You could probably do time trials on this and whatnot, you know. So yeah, new tracks are 100% possible in GT4. And new cars as well. I think they posted something fairly recently. Oh, this might actually be someone else. Yeah, this is... I think this is still GT4, right? But yeah, you have like a new-ish NASCAR in here. Which is kind of fun. So yeah, everything is possible. You just have to be bored enough and unemployed enough. Alright, let's see what prize can we get from this. I'll get the mouse out of the way. Stock cars and all CV8 supercars would be great. Yeah, for sure. That is quite possibly the most common car we've earned so far. That is absolutely useless. that might actually be the most common car we've had so far. Like the exact opposite of rare. That's wild. Let's sell it so it doesn't clog up the. Dude, what is it? 88 whole horsepower. Holy shit! It doesn't clog up the car list. All right, what's next? I think the NA championship is next. Oh no, actually we did that already. So next is the Concept Car Club, which is new in the Spec 2 mod. This actually I have not done yet either, because this event got added in one of the updates for Spec 2. So I have not played that one yet. I'm not familiar with that one. It's a completely new event for me, which is very exciting actually. The question is, do we even have a concept car? We have the RX-8 concept LM race car. I'm not sure if that counts. Other than that, maybe the GTR LM road going version? We're gonna try both. Actually, what we can do, hold on. I think we can just look at the event car list. We don't have any of these. Interesting, you can enter with a regular Ford GT. Was it still a concept car by then? Interesting. Oh yeah, the RX-8 concept LM race car works for this. And I'd imagine it's probably really good car for this too. So glad that we got that. That was a great pull from the randomizer. Love it, love it. Okay, perfect. Do I wanna... There's a good chance we might not be able to use the race car tires. No, actually tires are fine. You earn 15,000 per event, and these are pretty short too. This is actually really, really, really lucrative. Like, we only earned half as much from the previous ones. And well, yeah, we're outpacing everyone. There's a Hyundai clicks in here. Okay, the opponents are a little bit all over the place, I'm not gonna lie. But that's okay. Oh, dude, it's already maxed out. I guess we already used it before. Nice. Hello, Arceus Payus. There's like a regular RX-8 in there. Yeah, nice. I guess we lucked out pretty hard with this one. I mean, I'll take it. I will happily take it. The 2002 Ford GT was a concept. Interesting, okay. I thought it was just a regular, like, road-going car at this point already. But I did read some of the comments, by the way, under the VODs of this stream, or this challenge run. And some of you mentioned that this would be a little bit more interesting if you were to only use road cars. So only rare road cars. So concept cars and race cars don't count. And I agree. It would be more interesting for sure. The problem is, you would not be able to finish the game with that. You would probably not be able to finish the game. You could maybe do like some events. But I mean, this event is like all concept cars, right? Like, so you definitely could not complete this. You would have to just kind of expand the range, basically, of what you consider rare. So our definition of rare is cars with less than 100 units sold. Sorry, 1,000 units sold. If you want to do this with only road cars, you would probably have to expand it to less than 10,000. Then it's probably possible. Yeah, you would need to be lucky with the randomizer because you couldn't just buy everything that you need, for sure. Like, there's just a lot less cars that you could use. It's a cool idea. It's a cool idea, and I do like, I do appreciate the feedback for sure. But yeah, like, it's just like practically, it's not really doable, unfortunately. You'd kind of have to like look at all of the events that you need to do and decide exactly what car you use for each of them. And then once again, like, you would still come up short with some events where you just kind of shit out of luck, you know. This car drives really well, by the way. Really, really like this one. I'm still gonna be wall riding here. Now this one kind of has the same livery as the 787B, but this one never made it, unfortunately, into a proper Le Mans car, which is such a shame. This would have been such a sick car, man, for Le Mans. Super, super cool. What is that? That one looks cool. I think I've driven that car before. Some kind of Chevy. I do like this event though, even though we're kind of fully breaking it and not really engaging with any of the opponents. I do like this because it's kind of like a subversion of the original game, right? Because in the original vanilla Gran Turismo 4, concept cars were completely useless. Like, if you win a concept car, There's no point. You can't use it anywhere in any like relevant events, and you can't sell it. I mean, you can sell it, but you're not gonna get any money from it. You're just gonna like remove it from the garage, basically. Like concept cars in the vanilla version of GT4 are super useless and serve no purpose. So it's nice that in the Spec 2 mod you now have a dedicated event for only the concept cars in this game, which I think is super cool. It's like a nice subversion of one of the shortcomings of the original game. I'm not sure. I mean, we did use the randomizer. And with the randomizer, we got lucky to get a concept car. I'm not sure where you would usually get a concept car that you could use here. Because the price, like the base price cars, if you're not using the randomizer, I think also changed a little bit in this mod. But I mean, it's probably designed in a way where if you do some of the beginner events, you'll probably end up getting one of them. Like at Meister, the developer of this mod is pretty mindful of that stuff, of how this is designed. Yeah, no, that car looked like a 300ZX, but it's not. It's some kind of Chevy. I forgot what it's called, but yeah, it's not actually a 300ZX. We can check these standings after the race. Yes, the IROC Z concept, that's what it's called. Yes. Is there a challenge run that you would like to revisit one day? Yes, there's one challenge run I've been meaning to revisit for a while, and I'll probably get to it soon. And it's the very first one I ever did. So my very first challenge run I ever did on, you know, for YouTube and Twitch, was beating Need for Speed Carbon with only a stock RX-8. And back then, I gave up on it. I did give up on it. I was not able to beat Darius with it. But I would like to try it again. Because there are a few things I could have done to make it more... or make it easier, make it possible. Like using manual transmission. And I think also overall I've gotten better at racing games. Like I've become a better driver over the last... man, it's been like 6 years? 5-6 years? So I would really like to try it again and finally wrap it up. Because I genuinely think I could do it now. So we'll probably do that very soon, I would say. Yeah, stock Camaro is actually much easier. The Camaro is so much faster than the RX-8 in Need for Speed Carbon that it's actually much easier with the Camaro. I'm not sure about the what was it, like the Alfa Romeo Brera? I'm not sure if that's easier or harder than the RX-8. It might be honestly around about the same. You've seen someone beating Darius? Yeah, you definitely need to cheese it for sure. Like you will need to block him hard on the second run, which I did do back when I attempted the challenge, but yeah, I mean that's fine. A win's a win, right? Barrow's kind of in the middle. Yeah, I also think the RX-8 might be the slowest of the starter cars, and with that also the hardest to do that challenge with. That's what makes it interesting. Also, we're lapping. What is that? Some early Mazda crossover. Get the fuck out of here. And he goes. But yeah, this is the IROC Z Chevy. It does very much look like 300ZX. Mazda CX-7. I swear to God, I've never seen that car in this game before. I did not know this was in the game. Where would you usually get it? In the vanilla game? Because I think even when I did the 100% run, we played with the randomizer on. It's an amazing rally car, really. It's Special conditions. Huh. Which car are we talking about? We did notice the Mazda, was it Mazda CX-7 earlier? I was like, huh. Interesting. Never seen that in the game before. Like, it really doesn't matter how many times I play Gran Turismo 4. Every single time, I notice new cars here. Every single time, I'm like, ah, didn't know that's in the game. It was the Miata one make price in vanilla. Huh, okay. I mean, I guess that sort of makes sense. you get the largest Mazda in the game by beating a race with the smallest Mazdas. It's actually kind of funny if you think about it. In Spec 2, you get it as a license price? Okay. Bronze, silver, or gold reward, though. I think that makes a difference. If it's just a bronze reward, that's a pretty... It is bronze, okay, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure how fast it really is. But, I'd imagine it's probably faster than a lot of the cars you could buy in the beginning. Also, T-Kanji, your GT3 Ultimate Guide. Gotta give it another shout out. Very helpful once again. I successfully managed to beat... Okay, I'm not sure if it's the hardest license test in that game. If there's maybe like something worse. But it managed to gold A7 in GT3. It didn't even take me that long. It took me a while. I think maybe like a little more than half an hour. Which, like, honestly, considering I've never attempted to gold any of the licenses in Gran Turismo 3, it's not that bad, dude. It's not that bad. It's a difficult test. And for those who don't know, don't remember, it's the one with the Camaro on Seattle, where you just kind of have to go through the uphill section, like basically in reverse in Seattle, and then into the blind right-hander. Yeah, dude, I'm not using your video guide, I'm using your written guide. It's like 260 pages, dude. Like, holy shit. You could turn that into a genuine book and sell it. I'm also really surprised how broken Gran Turismo 3 is in general, thanks to the guide. So for those who don't know, in Gran Turismo 3, there's a... honestly, I'm gonna call it a glitch. There's a glitch where if you press the reverse button when you're on high RPM, the car will shift up, but at much higher RPM. Much higher RPM. And what that does, or what that means, is essentially, if you use manual transmission, and instead of using the actual, like, shift up button, you instead use the reverse button. Like, it literally works the same way, by the way. Like, you just press the button. You don't have to do anything else. You just press a different button, and you use that for upshifting. It makes you so much faster. It is insane. Like, I did the license tests or like the first two licenses in Gran Turismo 3. So the National B and the National A. I managed to first try get a gold on most of them, and not just that. Since I'm using retro achievements, I can track exactly where I am, or like how fast I am compared to other players. And I'm usually like in the top 50 of like over 1,000 players on the first attempt. It's like, actually, it's ridiculous. Like, on some runs where I'm like, dude, that was so bad. Like, I took the corners so poorly. So awfully. I still get, like, I don't know, like 50th on the leaderboard, 40th. I think the highest I got was like 29th on a first attempt. Just by pressing reverse instead of upshift. This is actually, it's actually so stupid how overpowered that is. It makes, honestly, all of the licenses, I want to say, super easy. Like, really, the only one I struggled with was A7. All of the other ones, I got either first try to gold, or within, like, 5 attempts. Like, it's baffling. I didn't know Gran Turismo 3 was that broken. Absolutely baffling. I'm not sure if Gran Turismo 4 has anything even closely similar in terms of brokenness. Oh shit. So if we're ever going back to Gran Turismo 3 at any point, which I'm probably not gonna do for a while, because I do want to play that game in private, like off stream at the moment. But if we ever go back to that, I'm gonna go gold on the licenses. And it's not gonna take me as long as last time. Like, if you remember the challenge where I tried to play Gran Turismo 3 without upgrades, I think it was. Actually, was it without upgrades or without buying cars? I don't remember. I think it was without buying cars, right? We basically had to get gold on the first license in the game, the National B, because otherwise you can't start the career. I mean, the alternative, and this would have been much smarter, honestly, would have been to go into the arcade mode and do the time trials there, because they're way easier. And then get a race car immediately. That's what I did this time. But back then I did all of the golds on that license. I remember I used automatic, and it was such a pain. It took me like 3 hours, I think. It took me almost all stream, and it was like a really, really, really big moment for me when I got the last gold on the last test. I was like, holy shit, that took so long. And now I got all the golds on the first license in like 20 minutes. With that trick, with just that trick. Actually, it was probably even less. It was probably more like 10 to 15 minutes. This is actually, I mean, we can track this. I don't want to cap here. I don't want to talk bullshit. We can actually see exactly how long it took me. So I got the first gold on B1 at, what does it say? 6:56 p.m. Right? 6:56. And then the final one, I got it at 7:10 p.m. So I managed to get all the golds on the first license in 14 minutes. Compare that, once again, compare that to my challenge run, where I beat the game without buying cars. And it took me hours. And it's, once again, it's not because I'm like all of a sudden crazy good at the game. It's just because of the fucking reverse gear trick. Like shifting up using the reverse button. It makes you stupid fast. And like, okay, I'm gonna flex with this. Fuck it, we're going back. I need to flex with this. I got such high leaderboard times here as well. So for those who don't know, you know, on Retro Achievements, it does have like leaderboards where your time is getting tracked and compared to other players. Not sure if I can see this here. So these are the leaderboard times for all of the stuff you can do in the game. Like you have the time trials here, and this is, look at this. This is the license tests. I think this was the best one. On B6, I'm 29th. And once again, this was first attempt. I did not do this more than once. I'm not sure how many submissions there are here. I'm not sure if I can see that. But there I am, 29th. Once again, first attempt. What the fuck? There's like over 1,000 submissions here. It's so dumb. It's such a like, if you ever want to return to Gran Turismo 3, switch to manual and press the reverse button when the car is redlining. It gives you free gold on almost everything. It's so stupid. I think even if you're on PAL, the thing is I'm on the NTSC version, so my times are a little bit easier. But I think even on PAL, most of them would have been nice. I'm glad I don't play on PAL for fucking A7, because that was still difficult. But yeah. I think that TKG guy is cheating. You think so? But it's been fun revisiting GT3. Like, just generally like playing any Gran Turismo without turning it into content and just kind of like playing it normally for once without any dumb gimmicks or challenges. It's actually really enjoyable. Not sure how far I'll go, if I'll go like for the full 100%. Maybe in stages. Maybe I'll take like breaks in between. And then maybe over time. What do you mean I don't have the required license? This is an A license event. Huh? The bug on 109. Yeah, I don't think I'm on 110 yet. Yeah, it's a bug. It's fine. We can just do this. We can just do this. How do I press overtake? There we go. Yeah, we're just gonna let BSpec Bob run it then. Zoom zoom. I should really upgrade to the latest version. I mean, I'm not gonna do it now mid playthrough, but for next time. I think we could speed this up even more if I go into the menu, but let's at least watch the race. This is a realistic speed, by the way. This is how fast the car would have been in real life if it actually made it to production. I think the latest version of Spec 2 is 1.10. Oh, has that been a 1.11? I don't think so. So, like a racing game, Noah drove this car. Sorry. What is this tag? What is this tag under the stream here? Tell me. So Tango, thank you for the 2 months of Prime. Appreciate it, man. Welcome back. Cars medium rare. Why would you want that? Alright. That is it though for the championship. Which means new prize car. See what we get now. There's no way. Sorry, but that is impossible. That is impossible. What are the odds? That is impossible. That is actually impossible. There's no. That's actually impossible. Someone whip out the calculator. What are the odds? Whip out the calculator, Chen. This is ridiculous. Which one am I selling? I guess the one I already drove, because that's somewhere. It's the same fucking LMP car I already got from the license tests. Yeah, it's no longer rare. It's no longer rare. I have to sell it. And clearly in this playthrough, the car is not rare. Are they both ESO or EXO? That's a good question. This one is an ESO. The one we had before. And this one is an Exxon. Where actually, they're different. They're still rare. Never mind. They're still rare. We actually got both of them. That's really funny, man. Oh, that's funny. So which one am I getting rid of? I kind of want to keep the ESO one, if I'm being honest. But it doesn't make sense. This car doesn't have wear. But then again, I don't think the car has that much wear to begin with. Like, we drove it 11 times. Can I see the mileage? Quiet day, no. Does it say it in here? It has 23 kilometers on it. Like, that does not make a difference. Technically, the 905 shows up twice as often as other prototypes because there's 2. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But that's still crazy. I got 2 of them. Especially in such a short amount of time. I want to keep the ESO one. I gotta be honest. Because I think that's more special. But how did the hype train start, by the way? We only had 1 primer. Unless you guys don't share your subs, which is 100% okay, by the way. Yeah. I guess we're getting rid of the new one then. It's a little bit dumb. But I want to keep the ESO one. It doesn't fucking matter anyways. 531k straight to my bank account. Thank you very much. Let's freaking go, man. Okay, this seat is broken. I'm not sure if this seat still works on the latest version, because once again, like I'm a version behind on the Spec 2 mod. But Rare Parrot. Remember the name. 2 free LMP cars. Okay, we're doing World Compact. I'm not sure if we have any cars that would work for this. This is actually a bit of a tricky one. Because I don't think we have any cars here that are eligible. Actually, no, we do. We did settle on this car, right? We did say this one is rare enough. But we could also just check the used car dealers one more time. Do we start farming the concept car championship? We don't need to. We really don't need to. Is the AZ1 more rare? How many units have been sold? Because we were kind of like iffy on the Suzuki. If it really is rare, I would say it's probably the rarest of the. There's a Toyota Celica rally car here. I kind of just want to buy it. We might need it. We might need it, honestly. Anything else that could be rare? Mini Cooper. Nah. There's some cool cars here. They made 4,000-ish of Autozems. There's actually not that many. But I think it's still more than the Suzuki we have. S500. I think it was pretty common back in the day. Stingray Corvette. This would also be a good car for the wait, hold on. This is actually a better car for the historic championship. This is much better than the rally car we have. I think we should buy the Corvette instead. I mean, we also have the Camaro. This would also count. How much horsepower does the Bluebird have? So I did initially buy that, but might be pointless at the end of the day. 117, that's not a lot. I'm going to buy the... Grab that Ken Mary GTR? What did I miss? What did I miss? We're gonna buy the Stingray. This is a much better option for the historic championship and should actually, with some tuning, be able to keep up with the Buick. It should actually be able to keep up. KPGC 110. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Wait. This car is not rare. I had to kind of like remember. This car is not rare enough, is it? It just struck me. Oh, this one. Okay, but what are we gonna do with this? Yeah, 13,000 the Camaro. Yeah, I mean, okay, that's the Corvettes. Yeah, you mean the Corvettes? Yeah, it kind of just struck me. We're doing a rare cars challenge. They made less than 200 of these. This one should also still work, right? It was like the limit was the 80s, right? And the historic car dealer, historic championship, sorry. Which are world classics here. Yeah, it does actually work. That is actually a better option than the Bluebirds, though. And that one is, as you say, is rare. Then I guess we get that one. Yeah, good call, good call. We can't use the Corvette, but we can use this. It's really expensive, dude. Holy shit. But it's better than the Bluebird, so fuck it. I mean, we have money now that we got another another LMP car for literally nothing. Might as well. There was one guy who forced their girlfriend to play Need for Speed Burnout and Forza. Yeah, I forced her to do all of that. Welcome in, man. Okay, anything else we want here? The thing is, I actually did want to look for a... I did want to look for a K car, or like a compact car. But I don't think any of these are rare. We could check some of the car dealers, though. The thing is, it's not the K car championship, it's just a compact car. It's a little bit more lenient. It just needs to be less than 4 meters long. Which that's not... like, a lot of cars are less than 4 meters long. So if you have any suggestions... drop them in. Okay, we can't buy that. I mean, these are not rare. I'm not sure if we can even buy something rare in the car dealer. I gotta imagine all the rare cars are not purchasable. Maybe we can look around. ASL Garaya. What's the length? It is actually small enough. That is actually a great call. That is actually small enough and should easily be able to beat everything. Is it rare enough, though? I mean, it seems like a really obscure car. I mean, the entire brand is super obscure. Yeah, we've already done the pickup truck events. This is a good call, though. Oh, this is a concept car. Yeah, then GG. Then this is the easiest decision of my life. I don't even think we need to tune this. I think the... actually, we might get the Buick. This car weighs nothing. I'll give it like a couple of basic upgrades. Just to make sure it can keep up and drive well. I think the Nordschleife is still in there, right? So we might need to buy a better drivetrain. Is that worth getting? I think there's gonna be enough stage 2. Yes, I know I have $500,000, I'm still stingy. Grab the flywheel. I'll try to enter without the transmission for now. And see how it goes. If the Buick outpaces me, I'll grab one of them. I'll see if I wanna get away without it. Actually, I was thinking of a different championship. Never mind, we're just doing this. I thought we were doing historic for some reason. We're not doing historic. Yeah, I don't think I needed to upgrade this car at all, dude. Shit. I don't think I needed to put anything in this car. Okay, whatever. We can afford it, so it's fine. I don't think I ever drove this car in GT4, by the way. It's my first time. I'll tell you one game where I drove this car. It was I think it might actually be the only time I drove this car in a game. It was GT was it GT Advance 3? So like the weird Gran Turismo type game on the Game Boy Advance. It was also the cover car of that game. It's kind of where I got a little bit more familiar with this thing. Yeah, my brain was still at the historic car championship because we were just talking about that. This guy's the taillights from an Alpha 147. They do look like Alfa Romeo taillights, for sure, now that you mention it. They do look like that. It's a fun and quirky car, honestly. Not sure if I like the rear, but the front looks nice. I will say it kind of looks like... It looks like one of those cars you would see in GTA or Saints Row. If that makes sense. Like there's something about this car that feels a little unofficial. I think it's maybe mainly because it's so round. Like this car has like 0 edges. I think that's probably the reason why. There was an EV conversion of this? I think it makes the car much better. That's the energy of GTA Eclipse, yeah. I know exactly what you mean. It does feel like a car you would see in like... Actually, maybe not even GTA. But Saints Row or... what was it? Sleeping Dogs. Like they have cars that look exactly like this. It's a pretty fun car though, it's super lightweight, it's honestly probably even more lightweight than a Lotus, right? It's 800 kilos? Maybe not lighter than some of the like super early Lotus cars. But it does make it a pretty fun car to drive. Has the energy of those early mobile GTA clones. What kind of mobile GTA clones? I don't remember any... I mean, I was never like super into mobile gaming. Oh shit. I was a little late. But were some noteworthy GTA clones on mobile? Gangsta Vegas by Gameloft. That sounds horrible. It isn't particularly fast or nimble for what it is. The Pontiac Sources have this, and the Pontiac Sources have the exact same consumer base. That was a bit harsh. I mean, it's always hard to just kind of like nail down how a car would feel in real life based on how it feels in a game, especially when it's concept cars. Developers just had to kind of like guess how the car would feel and just make like estimates based on that. So it does definitely make a big difference. Also, custom car I wish would have been released. Huh. I think some of the Cadillacs, I think, are cool. Because Cadillac actually wanted to make more higher performance cars, right? But they never actually made it. Like the Sienne, I think would have been cool. What's the Cadillac? What was it? Not the 16. I mean, the Cadillac 16 is also an insane car. ME412, right? Oh, that's a Chrysler though. That's Chrysler. It's not Cadillac. But those three. Oh yeah, the VW W12 Nardo is also a big one, yeah. That's also genuinely a cool car. It would have been, I think, the fastest car VW ever built for the road. Sadly, didn't make it either. Oh yeah, the Furai. I'm not sure, was that supposed to be a road legal car or a race car? I mean, I guess in order for it to be a race car, it usually needs to have like at least one road going version. But yeah. GT40 for World Classics. If we can just buy it in the dealership, it might actually be the best car we can get. You absolutely lusted after the GT90. God damn, dude. Got some straight car fuckers in the chat again. I get it though. Honestly, my only exposure to the GT90 was the early Need for Speed games. When did it appear? I think in Need for Speed 2. Not sure if it was in the others as well. But definitely it was in Need for Speed 2. Fury was kind of a concept study. That makes sense. I think even if it didn't burn down, like I gotta be honest, I think that the time it burned down at the Top Gear track, I don't think that was really what killed the Fury. I think it would have died regardless. Hey Dub, thanks for the raid, appreciate it, man. Dude, I gotta say, like, Need for Speed's San Andreas looked super fun. I kinda wanna play it as well. Not sure if you were planning to play it more often. But it looked really fun. And welcome in Raiders. We're currently trying to get through Gran Turismo 4 with only rare cars. So that means cars that have only been sold 1,000 times or less. Which has worked surprisingly well so far. Mainly because of my luck with the randomizer once again. This car was not a randomizer car. This one I bought though. This one was a purchase. Might actually be the first like new car purchase that we had. We'll play it more. That's nice. Yeah. Yeah. I gotta see how to set it up. But might be joining around because it looked really fun. I remember people when I was still working as an editor for Kuru. People were begging him to play Need for Speed San Andreas. Like all the time. It was like one of the most requested things. I'm not sure if he's done that yet. Oh true, I bought the Chevy SSR, yeah, true. We didn't need that one for the truck championship, which by our definition is not actually rare. Or at least not rare enough, but it was the only rare car we can actually reasonably get, so... Or like the rarest of the cars we can reasonably get. Yeah, well done. Thank you, man. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna get into it like super soon, but I'll keep it in my notes. I'll keep an eye on it. Setting up MTI is not that hard. Yeah, I'd imagine it's probably just fairly similar to Need for Speed Worlds, right? Like you just grab a launcher and download some files and sets your game up for you. Jerry Truck Championship doesn't count for challenges because it's so limited. It's usually the game, or like the challenge breaker, yeah, that's true. Like any challenge that I attempted in this game, it was usually the Truck Championship that caused the most amount of issues. Because the pool of cars is very limited and very specific. There isn't really a lot of room for like flexibility. So that is usually the one that kind of... where it all kind of falls apart, you know. Alright. It is kind of weird though how you get less money. I mean, I guess since this is a championship, you do get more money at the end. But you get less money than the previous event. With all of the concept cars. Okay, this is gonna be a really short one. But today is kind of like an easy day, I feel, with this challenge. I think this challenge was definitely a little bit more difficult in the beginning. But we're at a point where we got decent money now. And we can actually find a surprising amount of cars that are rare but really fast. Like this one here, for example. So it's at the professional events so far have been easier than the beginner events even. I'm not complaining. We still got the GT World Championship ahead of us, obviously. And I don't think I ever attempted it with the Peugeot 905. I'm not sure how easy or hard that is in comparison to the cars I used usually. But I think I've used worse cars before. I remember I used the, was it the CLK GTR in, I forgot what challenge it was. I think it was, yeah, it was the No Japanese Cars challenge. That was tough. That was really tough. And the Peugeot should be way faster. So I don't think it's gonna be too hard, honestly. Yeah, the randomizer luck helps me tremendously. But as we figured out, like, I feel like I'm using all of my luck here in this game. Because when we did the enthusiast speedrun the other day, I got super unlucky. Like, I had some of the worst fucking luck you can have. With like the car rolls and everything. And the tracks. It was bad. Yeah, Punished, I think Dove is kind of making a video about that at the moment. I think he mentioned that in his Discord announcement earlier, that he's working on a video where the video is about transforming standard games into racing games with mods. Like, that's what his video is about. So if you already kind of like had something prepared, feel free to reach out to him. Oh, you got that idea from him? Okay. That makes sense. Is there anything in the GT3 guide I felt you could have elaborated on? Okay, yes there is, but that's unreasonable. So your tuning Bible for GT4 is insanely valuable and like the most helpful resource ever. Having one like this for GT3 would be fun and very nice, but like, man. I mean, I imagine like, even though like the handling and physics are a little different, you can probably just use the same tuning roughly. It's not gonna be optimal, but it's gonna have like a net positive effect for the most part. But yeah. Hey Mark? Sometimes you like Enthusiast more than GT4. I mean, I definitely know why. I can definitely see why you would. I will actually say the overall driving is more fun in Enthusiast. It's just something about the way the weight shifting and tires work, the suspension model, and also the camera work, that makes the driving actually a little bit more exciting in Enthusiast. I obviously like the driving in GT4, but it could have definitely been better. I think, generally speaking, like, traction loss feels kind of weird in this game, if I'm being honest. There's like a few things in Enthusiast that I feel that feel more natural to me. So I would say like the overall driving is actually I prefer that in Enthusiast. But everything else, I think GT4 still has over Enthusiast. Unless you really like the random elements, like the random price cars and whatnot. You kind of have that here too, but in Enthusiast it's even more random. But anything else, I usually pick GT4 over Enthusiast. It's tuning settings for every race car. Okay, that is already good enough for me. Because the car settings are most relevant. I mean, I guess since there are a few tricky championships in GT3 that only allow road cars, it would be useful at least to have tunes for those. Right, like for the El Tetza Cup or the Evo Cup or whatever. But yeah. Can I squeeze in? Kind of. But if you ever hate yourself and you are looking for things to waste your time on, Tuning Bible, GT3. I'd use it, I'd appreciate it. I'm currently gunning for it, so... I mean, you could kind of make it on a priority basis, right? Like, you only focus on the cars that are actually required to be driven in the campaign through all of the championships. So you do those first. Weight transfer and Enthusiast looks insane. I mean, they did have like a whole presentation video, right? If you remember, where they compiled 2 clips and just put them on top of each other, or like next to each other, so to say. Of I think it was like a Miata driving through a test track and then doing the same thing in Enthusiast to show off how true to life the physics are. And honestly, for the time, I think they were really ahead of their time. I think what was it, like 2005? I think they might have genuinely had the most realistic, believable car physics. Maybe there was something on PC already that kind of trumped it, but at least for like console races, it was definitely ahead of anything else. And I would say it was ahead of mostly anything else for a while as well, because I think GT5 is not more realistic than Enthusiast, if I'm gonna be honest. If we're just talking physics and cars. I would say Enthusiast is probably still it simulates like a lot of stuff better than GT5, especially suspension travel. Like most of the cars you drive in GT5 have like really stiff suspension. In your opinion, it's the best GT clone, even better than Forza 1? I'm not sure. I mean, Forza 1 definitely had its own quirks as well, with the physics especially. I think Forza just has too many things going for it. I think I would still prefer Forza 1 over Enthusiast. You have like a really intricate damage model that is really, really fun. A much more exciting car list. I think Tracks is kind of a toss-up between the two. But it's just once again the campaign. Just a more straightforward campaign with set events, set prize cars, you know, it's just a little bit more straightforward. Like, I do enjoy Enthusiast campaign, but I would not prefer it over like a traditional one that you get in Gran Turismo or Forza. Oh god, this is a left-hander. What racing game do I think has the best car list? That's a tough question. I mean, if I want to be cheap, I'd say Assetto Corsa with mods. But that doesn't count, obviously. I really like the car list of Forza Motorsport 2. Because there are so many cool, unique tuner cars that only ever appeared in that game and never again. They basically tossed a bunch of them away with Motorsport 3. So that is like a game I genuinely play for the cars, which I don't do often. It sounds weird, but the cars themselves are like almost never a reason why I play a racing game. Like I usually play racing games for the gameplay. So the handling and the campaign, basically. If those two match and are fun, I'm interested. I don't usually care what cars a game has. I don't really care, especially if a game already has like over 100 cars. That's usually enough for me. But FM2, like Forza Motorsport 2 is a game I genuinely sometimes like to play for the car list. Because it just has so many cool and interesting tuner cars that, you know, you always see something new there. So I would probably give it to that. There's probably other racing games that have bigger car lists with more interesting cars and whatnot, but yeah, FM2. So basically, Enthusia has excellent physics, but falls flat everywhere else. I wouldn't say it falls flat everywhere else. It's just not as good as the competition. Like, generally speaking, Gran Turismo had better campaigns than Enthusiast's campaign. Unless you're like really into like the ranking system and the randomness, which I mean I would understand. But Enthusia, I think, also had other things going for, like, I think graphically, it might also be a slightly better looking game than Gran Turismo 4. Not by much though. Like they really trade blows. It really depends. Car sounds were much better in Enthusia. Like that game has way better car sounds than Gran Turismo, which to be honest isn't really a high bar to hit, but yeah. Like Enthusia is a good game. Like it's genuinely like a good game that I think got really overlooked. But it's just not something I would ever prefer over any of the Gran Turismos. Or Forzas maybe even. That's really the thing. I think we have one more to go. We could actually skip the last race, right? Since it's a championship. Honestly, should have probably skipped this. How many points do we have? We have 40 points. We can actually skip this. And so I will. There we go. Save ourselves some time. Okay, let's see what we got. This was the first actual championship that we did in the game. So let's see what we get. That's unfortunately not rare enough. That is unfortunately not rare enough. So fun fact about this car. This car was rebadged as an Opel. If you didn't know. It was called the Opel Agila. It looks slightly different, but you'll know you'll probably see the similarities here. Especially from the rear. Actually, not this one. Just focus on these two here. Can I show this in a way that makes sense? Very similar. And apparently they share a lot of the same parts. So if you do own an Opel Agila, a lot of the parts of the car are still from the Suzuki. Which means that if you need to repair something on the car, you can actually just buy the Suzuki parts for cheaper and they work. That's why it looked familiar, yeah. So if you know someone who drives an Opel Agila, you can tell them, hey, actually you're driving a Suzuki wagon. Tell people you're driving a Suzuki wagon, that sounds cooler. Alright, so City Slickers is next. So this is production cars only. The ASL Actually works with us. I'm not sure if it's fast enough. Let's see what other options we have here. I think the BMW is still faster. The M3. And the roof is faster than both of those. I think we're going. Actually, we have the Tomicara. That's even faster. Wait, couldn't we have used this in the concept car cup that we just did? Whatever. I mean, we used the RX-8, which was faster. Never mind. Okay. Because this car should be fine, right? This should be the fastest car we have. It should be faster than the roof. Certainly easier to drive. It's not a production car. I guess it's a concept car still. It doesn't count. Okay. So that means our fastest car... I'm gonna sell the Suzuki, by the way. I think our fastest car then is still the... Yeah, the Yellow Bird. Once again, we could drive the M3 or the ASL. But it doesn't make sense. Especially, I'm not sure how tough the opponents are. We can try to at least improve the handling on this. This should be fine, right? Okay, only sports tires equipped. Was there anything about upgrades? Nah, it's fine, it's fine. Only needs to be sports tires, okay. That is A-okay. Because that means I can still improve the car somewhat. I think we already gave it tires, yeah. But that is not going to be good enough. Range reduction doesn't do much. I think it needs a suspension. Yeah, the semi-racing suspension. That is still really important. Anything else? I don't think I need to make it faster. 720 volts, that's going to murder me, man. I genuinely think I don't want to make it faster. I think it would make more sense to add an LSD, but I'm not sure which one. Yeah, ballast on the front is a great idea. But I don't think I need to make it faster. Let's just check the opponents first. Shouldn't be too difficult. It's easily beatable. Easily beatable. But I do want to improve the car. I mean, the suspension should do a lot already. I think I'd like to add 30 kilos to the front. Because I genuinely do not want to spin around all over the place with this car. Alright, there we go. So let's see how much nicer this actually drives now. Oh god, okay, I need to kind of untrain my brain. The Garaya was so easy to drive because it was so lightweight. I have to kind of untrain my brain. Yeah, this is not bad. I think with a spoiler and downforce, this would be even better. Actually, I'm not sure if we can even add a spoiler to this car. Might be that the game doesn't let you. It does understeer pretty hard at times, but definitely the most stable Yellowbird I've ever driven. I'll take it. Yeah, we're definitely on the sports soft tires for sure. And we also have tire wear now. Would you look at that? I don't think these races are long enough though for tire wear to become relevant yet. At least I don't think. So we can probably mostly ignore that. Oh god. Yeah, not in 3 laps. I mean, it took 1 lap to even warm them up, so... Not a problem. What's my favorite and least favorite track in GT4? Least favorite is probably... It's either Hong Kong? No. Least favorite? I was thinking of the rally tracks. Ice Arena. Dude, how could I forget? I almost forgot. I almost forgot because I actually erased it from my brain. Ice Arena. Ice Arena is the worst track in the game, bar none. At least for racing. For time trialing it's fine, but you never do that there, so it sucks. Favorite track? Maybe Tri Mountain. I know it's a boring answer, but... There's a lot of good tracks in this game. This car's actually, yeah, it's really, really stable now. With suspension extra weight in the front. Got an ad right before I said which ones I disliked and liked. I said for dislike, it's Ice Arena. For like, probably Tri Mountain. Unless I'm forgetting something. Unfortunately, they removed Smoky Mountain. That would have been an easy answer. Like, Smoky Mountain is my absolute favorite Gran Turismo track across all games. Sadly removed it here. Didn't make it into GT4. That would have been my easy answer, but without it... How's my day? Pretty good. Thanks for asking. Have I ever driven a maxed out Impreza LM on Smoky Mountain? No. Maybe I'll get to it during my GT3 playthrough. I think some of the achievements require you to only use like specific cars. And I think in particular all of the rally events, you do need a rally car for those. Like you can't use anything else. Which is a little disappointing, but yeah. Always hated Motegi for some reason. Yeah, I will say from like the regular road circuits. If we're taking like the actual like real world tracks, I think Motegi might be my least favorite as well. And I think honestly it's because it's really easily cheesable and it's too long. I think that's really my main qualm with it. I'm not sure what it is with Motegi. But it's not a track I ever get excited on racing. Yeah, I can also see why you wouldn't like Infineon. I do like Infineon because of the challenge it proposes, right? Like all of the elevation changes does make it really interesting in my opinion, but yeah, a lot of the corners are also completely blind, so I definitely get why you wouldn't like that. I've never seen anyone rip apart George V. Paris reverse. I don't actually mind George V. Paris, but I kind of forgot the reverse layout. But it sounds pretty bad. I mean, it's like a general thing. I'm not sure if I would ever like a reverse layout more on any track. Maybe Grand Canyon. Not Grand Canyon, sorry, Grand Valley. Grand Valley Speedway is probably the only track. They're like just as much, if not more, in reverse. But it's really mainly because of the time of day. At least in Gran Turismo 3. Like the changed time of day is really nice. And definitely adds to the track. Yeah, Deep Forest is one that works either way for sure. That is true. Deep Forest reverse is actually not bad. Yeah, this track is also like for actually driving on it. It's fine. It's nothing super special. It's just 90 degrees into 90 degrees into 90 degrees. But this track was more of a graphical showpiece for its time, you know. Like all of the high-rise buildings and billboard textures, like it was pretty impressive for its time, and like I gotta be honest, even today, to the point where it's okay. And the long straights are fun if you have a fast car, so. Yeah, a little bit like Soul. But I think Soul is a little less bad. If we're talking layout. I think I do prefer the layout of that track a little bit more. I will say though, the New York track in the Forza games, I think it only appeared in Motorsport 2 and 3. I do like that one more than this one. I do like the Forza variant more. It roughly takes place on the same roads. Like you have the same like carousel here, if you will, into the long straight. But the layout is a little bit better on Forza. It doesn't have all of these like, what is it, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 90-degree corners. So it's a little bit more digestible. And it looks even better there. So I think Forza definitely has the better New York track. Oh, El Capitan is a really good track. Ooh, actually I think I might prefer El Capitan over Trial Mountain. I think El Capitan gets my pick for favorite in this game, actually. The more I think about it. It never really reappeared anywhere. Actually, are they still adding tracks to GT7? When was the last time they added a track to Gran Turismo 7? I think they might have honestly just stopped. I think the last time they added one was like... was either the snow track or the Grand Valley redesign. I think those two might have actually been the only tracks they have added. I'm not sure. I don't really keep up with GT7. I think they might have actually just completely stopped. And I think even if they add another one, I think it's definitely not going to be El Capitan. Ah, yeah, true. They did. Yeah, true. They did add Yas Marina. I totally forgot about that. It's just such a forgettable track. I don't think anyone was excited about that one. But yeah, that's true. So that's 3 tracks they added. So it's like, what's the pacing? Like 1 per year? It's not great. But I mean, they're really high fidelity, high quality, so it's understandable. At least kind of understandable. They did Nordschleife for reverse. I mean, it's not really something you add. It's something you could fairly easily... I wouldn't count that as a new track. Like, sure, it's definitely some work to make that work and make that happen. Need to make sure that the AI drives on it well, yada yada. But it's like... not really the same thing as like really modeling like a new track and putting it in the game, you know? Oh yeah, you can see the extra weight I put in the front is actually pulling the car down. Oh, that's funny. There's something I actually would like to play around with. Like adding more ballast to the front and rear and then doing those jumps. To see the effect of the extra weight. That would be actually fun. It only technically works. Getting all gold on the circuit experience was one of the worst things he ever did in GT. Holy shit. Okay, that's a big statement. What made it so bad? Because honestly, like, Nordschleife in reverse doesn't sound too bad. I mean, you probably have a bunch of corners that are a little awkward and blind. It really doesn't flow in reverse. Interesting. I mean, did I ever play a game with reverse Nordschleife? I think maybe one of the Forza games. Might be the only one. But it's been too long. So I don't even remember if it really was Forza. And if so, what it was like. I mean, the thing is, the Nordschleife, since it's such a massive track with like 3 dozen corners or so, it takes a while to master. It does take a while to fully master and learn and remember all the corners. Yeah, like it took me like years, honestly. Playing like several racing games with the Nordschleife in it until at some point I got like some idea of how the track goes. And even nowadays, I would say most of the time when I drive the Nordschleife in a Gran Turismo, half of it is guesswork. Half of it is still guesswork where the track goes next. And how the next corner looks. So the thing is, if you then drive it in reverse, you basically have to learn it completely from scratch. So that I think is like the big problem. Like it all gets flipped around. Oh yeah, Enthusiast did do a bunch of like interesting and weird reverse layouts, that's true. So I remember definitely doing Tsukuba in reverse. That one, that fucking sucked. Tsukuba reverse is not good. That is genuinely not good. But yeah. You have a few corners with the crest right before the corner entry, which makes you fly off the track if you forget about it. Wow. They're like autumn. Is that my least favorite season or my second least favorite? Not sure if I like it more or less than winter. I'd say it's probably my least favorite because that's usually when my mental health starts to decline. So. Yeah, exactly. That's what I remember from Tsukuba Reverse. The initial corner sucks so much in reverse. I mean, I guess the rest is okay. My favorite season is spring. I think it might have become spring. Like, usually my favorite season was summer. But it's just getting too hot, dude. It's just getting too fucking hot. It's not fun anymore. I usually like summer for the colors and the good weather. But, oh shit. It doesn't really apply anymore, man. It's just too hot. Like the other day, not the other day, but like a couple weeks ago, we had like a massive heat wave in Germany with like up to 40 degrees. I think it was even over 40 degrees Celsius in some parts in Germany, which I think from Fahrenheit is like over 115, probably even more. Like ridiculous numbers. And the only way I survived that was just constantly wearing wet shirts. Like I just dunked my shirts into cold water and then wore them for an hour until they then dried up again. And then I did the same thing, and I did that all day, like, I don't know, like 12 times per day. It was the only way I managed to survive the heat wave. Because we don't have ACs in Germany. 15 is actually insane. I mean, I'm not sure if my calculation is correct. But I think the highest temperature during the heatwave was 41.5 in Celsius. Feel free to look up if well, what that is in Fahrenheit exactly. Might be a little bit more, might be a little bit less, but it's definitely over 100 for sure. Yeah, there are no ACs here. And what I noticed is that the sun is way stronger in Germany as well. This is what I noticed when I went to the UK. So the UK gets really hot as well. Mainly because of the humidity. But the sun is like, if you're under the sun, it's not that bad. But the sun fucking fries shit here. Like during the heat wave, there was like a news report where the tarmac around the rails of the trams just dissolved, basically. It just kind of like cracked open because of the sun. The sunlight here is unbelievably strong, which heats up everything. And then we also have like really well insulated houses in Germany, which is great for the winter, but holy fuck, it is a nightmare in summer because the rooms just don't cool down. They just never cool down. So if you get like, in fact, this week we have 2 days coming up that are over 30 degrees. During those 2 days, every single house in Germany will heat up. And that heat will be trapped in the walls. And then what happens is, even if it cools down during the night or the next couple days, the temperature inside does not go down. Because all of the heat is still trapped in the walls and it's like emanating into the rooms. It's a nightmare here. Like, Germany is not at all built for these temperatures. Which is why summers in Germany is really bad. Even though, like, some other countries have higher temperatures. Like, even people that live in different countries and are used to higher temperatures complain about the heat in Germany because of that. Because of the stronger sunlight, because of the higher insulated houses and the lack of ACs. It's like a recipe for disaster, really. Hey, Goxel, thank you for the 39 months. Appreciate it, man. It's been a while. Indeed. Dude, I'm gonna be honest, I've been going through it. Not in like the worst possible way. But I mean, right now I'm doing well. I'm motivated. Yeah, I'm motivated. I'm doing well. But yeah, I think a big reason why I didn't really stream much the last couple of weeks and months even was because I think mentally I was just kind of burnt out in a way. From just YouTube and streaming. And just a bunch of other like bullshit I had to go through in my private life. But yeah, that's all behind me now, so maybe now. Even though I feel like I promised it like half a dozen times already. Maybe now I can go back to doing consistent streams and videos again. "41 degrees Celsius is 105 Fahrenheit. Okay, so I was slightly off. It's not 115. But yeah. Let's see in GT4 again. Yeah, I haven't streamed in a while. I did actually check. We did this, yeah, the last stream we did before this was the randomizer race, and I think it was back in February.
I don't understand what's going on here.
So I figured we should maybe do another, like, genuine challenge run. How bad is the humidity in Germany? I mean, it really depends where you are. The problem is, in Germany, we usually have high humidity, but no wind. That's the thing. We have high humidity because we have like a lot of forests, a lot of rivers. Like that does create a lot of humidity, but we have zero winds because we are fairly cut off from like any larger bodies of water or ocean or whatever. I think if you're in northern Germany, it's not as bad. Because then you might be next to like the Baltic Sea or whatever, and that does kind of like cool things down. But yeah, most of Germany is a concrete jungle. That's the thing. It's a dense concrete jungle. And so you pair that with high humidity, and it's not very fun. Yeah, that's the thing. In like other countries, like once again, like when I talked about it earlier, people that live in other countries with high temperatures still suffer in Germany, even if the temperatures are slightly lower. It's because either the air is dry, or there's a lot of wind, or they live next to the coast, or there's not as much concrete, or the houses are built differently, so the heat doesn't get trapped inside rooms, or they have a lot of ACs. You know, that all kind of like contributes to how you experience the heat and how you feel it, basically. And Germany is literally like built as worse as possible, as badly as possible for any kind of heat. Agoxa is not nothing like super serious. Just a lot of stress, a lot of, like some I would say even maybe some burnout from YouTube and streaming. It was just a awkward cocktail of I just want to be in bed and play games, you know. But yeah, these days I'm fine. Okay, I think we have one more. I feel that so much. Yeah, I don't even know what happened over the last like year or so. I don't know. I mean last year I was struggling pretty badly financially. Because I had to pay back so much in like taxes and health insurance and blah blah blah, which I did prepare for. but not well enough. Like I wasn't ready for how much it actually was gonna be. So it was like a massive kick in the balls. So last year I was struggling pretty badly financially. And then I kind of got over it. These days I'm doing pretty well. Like I'm not like struggling anymore. But earlier this year I had like a tax audit, which fucked me up, dude. Was the most amount of stress and anxiety I felt in probably my entire life, honestly. Was horrific, dude. The kind of shit I was expecting. And just having to like dig up receipts of all kinds of shit from like, I don't know, 5 years ago or whatever. 4 or 5 years ago. Hundreds of like, because like, for example, like one thing I had to do for the tax audit is every single time you guys donated, I had to find a receipt for that. Every single time. And I want to say like during the years of like 2022 and 23, you guys were very generous, which I like, that I appreciate. But holy fuck, it made me never want to accept donations ever again. To the point where now when someone donates, not via bits by the way, bits just gets funneled into like my regular like monthly Twitch payment, so that's not a problem. But every time someone donates through my PayPal, I'm like, oh, that's gonna be annoying to sort out later. You know? And so for like the tax audit, the audit went for over 3 years, so I had to just kind of like collect all kinds of receipts and proof of what I earned and what I spent. And that it did include every single Twitch donation. And I think it came out at around like, I think 1,100 individual donations that I had to like by hand look up and put somewhere, like in a file or on my computer or whatever, that I can then show and put on a stick. Nightmare. It was a nightmare. It took days. So it was super stressful. Like I had 2 weeks to prepare for the audit, and I needed every single one of those. And ahead of the audit, I already knew that I fucked a couple of things up. Nothing major. It was mainly just like small stuff. But I thought they are going to cook me for this. Like I thought they were going to absolutely cook me for this. Which thankfully they didn't. And at the end of the day, there wasn't really any reason for all of that anxiety and all of the stress, because it all went just fine. And the guy who did the audit was super nice and even complimented my channel a couple times, which is fucking insane. I was like, oh, so I watched some of your videos earlier, they were really fun. And I'm like, wow, okay, thanks. Maybe he's watching right now, who knows. But yeah, it was very stressful and very, very anxiety inducing. And once I was out of that and was done, I didn't want to like, I did not feel like doing anything for a really long time. That burnt me out so bad. So yeah, if you're wondering why I haven't really been doing much in terms of streams and videos, that's why. It was like the financial issues from the year before, and then the tax audit. It felt like this shit never ends, you know. It felt like all of this crap just never ends. Like all of this like money, all of these money-centric topics. The thing is, I don't even give a fuck about money. Like this is like a topic I could not care less about. I'm constantly being forced to like really get into it, you know, and dedicate so much of my time and attention to the shit. That's why it burnt me out so badly, you know. But yeah, it's all in the past now. I'm just trying to like get back on my feet again with content and streams and everything. Yeah, I think I went a little bit more in depth with that than I initially wanted, but there you go. Maybe overshared a little bit there. But that's okay. Can't imagine going through so many receipts. Yeah, it was a nightmare. Like, especially the worst thing is, I don't have a business PayPal or a business bank account. Like, it all just gets funneled through my private accounts. And so when I had to look through all of the donations, I also had to look through all of the personal shit that went in and out. Like, all of the stuff that I spent with my PayPal account, and all the times maybe like a friend just kind of like gave me money for like a pizza or whatever. You know, that sort of stuff. And so I had to go through like, I think almost like 100 pages of like PayPal receipts. And then just highlight the stuff that's relevant. It was... it was a nightmare. I'm glad that's over. Anyway. Price cut time. Come on, chin me up. I just overshared. Chin me up with something nice. That is... I don't know. Actually, I don't like this car. I think it's kind of ugly. So that's not a big win. Okay. Wait, is it rare though? Is the Varietta rare? I don't think it is. How many were they made? I can't imagine too many. Like 1.1k? So it just barely overshoots. It barely overshoots our limit. That's a little unfortunate. I think I'll keep it in the garage for now for emergency situations, but I don't think we'll need it anymore. I said the Rockstar streams weren't good content, but they really helped you through a time when you were living in a boring city in a crappy apartment. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I mean, the Rockstar Marathon was also fun for me personally. I think it's something I just kind of needed to do at the time, just kind of like not thinking too hard what kind of like challenges I'm gonna do, and then just kind of like taking it a little bit easier and doing something that's not racing related. So I mainly did the Rockstar Marathon for myself. So if you took something out of that, that's great. Okay, so we're not doing World Classics. Yeah, I don't think we can. I mean, we can check the historic car dealer one more time. But I think the Bluebird rally car is probably the best car we're gonna get for it. Yeah, now we don't actually have any eligible cars here. Yeah, no. Yeah, I also hate how the Varietta looks with the roof up. With the roof down, it's not bad. With the roof down, the Varietta does not look bad. But with it up, it's so ugly from the rear. What is that? That almost looks like a Ute. Not that Utes are ugly, by the way. Not at all. Oh yeah, we bought the weird Skyline. This one. Because it's slightly faster than the Varietta. Not the Varietta, the Bluebird. I think it's the Bluebird is much lighter and has better handling. 965 kilos. Not much for the Skyline. It is a lot heavier. And I think it's not going to drive as well. I'm not sure if it's better. But the thing is, the main opponent is going to be the Buick if it shows up. If the Buick shows up, we will need every bit of power we can get. So even though this is heavier and probably drives worse, I think it's still the better option. And I mean, there's nothing we can't fix with better upgrades, which we're gonna pump this car full of upgrades. Can we use race tires, actually? Let me check. No, it needs to be sports tires, okay. No race tires allowed, unfortunately. Yeah, we're probably gonna put in at least 2 weight reductions this time. We could also put in the third one. That might actually be worth doing. Yeah, fuck it, we got money. We got fuck your money here. Suspension is probably gonna be the most important thing. Also, I just realized something. Wait, hold on. We can buy tuned cars. We can buy tuner cars. These are all rare. We even have this one already. Wait, hold on. We can buy tuner cars. Aren't they based on cars that aren't? Yes, but we did say that different tunes or like different variations of cars that counts as a separate car. That does count as a separate car. So we could honestly just go to like any of these. Okay, this one doesn't have anything. And just buy what we want. Because like surely they are all rare. Is there anything at these tuner shops that we'd want to pick up? Okay, this one doesn't have anything. Master Speed doesn't have one. Okay, crazy. I mean, there are more tuners on the map. Tuner Village. Like, surely all of this is rare. And we could just grab one of these and just go to town. The thing is, what could be useful here? Okay, it's unpurchasable. Yeah, all of these are super rare. Why didn't I think of this earlier? I mean, for what we want to do now, like, I don't think there's going to be a tuner car that's older than the 80s, older than from the 1980s. So we're definitely locked in with this, but it's something I think should really keep in mind, because pretty much all of these are rare. Okay, let's continue upgrading this car. We're gonna probably max out the turbo here. Yeah, we probably want race transmission. I'm gonna go ham on this. Not sure what LSD would be good here. I'm gonna skip it for now. A suspension is really important here. Yeah, the used cars were better bargains, but at this point it doesn't really matter anymore, you know. I actually get 2 horsepower more with the NA tuning. I don't care about that. Oh, nitrous is gonna be a big one, yeah. Make sure we grab that. Okay, I think that's everything. Yeah. Only thing I skipped out on was brakes, but it doesn't work. They actually only work if you have race tires, apparently. Which we can't use. I think we do an oil change as well. Because it's like a little bit of horsepower. And the spoiler. Very important. It's going to absolutely ruin the car. But we'll need it. Oh man. I like that small little duck wing, man. Oh, this looks so awful. Oh dude, I hate this. I really want to keep it. That is so bad. That is so bad. The placement could not have been any worse. Like, why did they put that in the middle of the trunk? I'm gonna skip out on that. I refuse. I refuse to put it on. It's too ugly. I'm gonna do it without. Fuck it. We could reroll for no Buick and then we should be fine. We did not get a Buick. We did get the Corvette. And the AC, that's actually gonna... I'm gonna keep rerolling. I'm gonna keep rerolling for a little while. Oh, I need to actually fully exit this. Step 30 downforce without the spoiler. That is true. That is quite literally the most perfect lineup of cars you could possibly pull here. Holy shit. No Buick, no Corvette, and no Cobra. That is like the 3 horsemen of the apocalypse for this race. The only thing that's dangerous here is the Stratos, and I think even that one. Oh my god, what do you mean no license? I just rolled the perfect. Oh my god. Wait. We can go back. Wait. No, we're not fucked. We didn't lose the lineup. We're not fucked. Because I can pause the championship here. Do the license and then we can re-enter this. Oh fuck, you gotta be kidding. Oh no, I forgot I need to do. Oh god, did we just roll the perfect lineup and I can't use it because I don't have the license. Oh, that is so painful. Tool and B-Spec, I genuinely thought about doing it. Can we, is that possible? Do you think we'll be fast enough if we B-Spec it? I kinda don't want to B-Spec it if I'm being honest. How many points? Can we even see this? It doesn't say. Go ham. Go on. The thing is, the B-Spec driver is not trained. He only did 1 race. B-Spec doesn't have any points, that's true. Oh, the Stratos is already taking off. The thing is, he's not trained. If he's not trained, he's not going to win. You need to do better driving here. Oh, this is gonna suck. I mean, I think he's getting slightly closer. I mean, he's keeping up and getting away from the pack. Well, that's not bad. Maybe there's a chance. We should be able to get closer on the straights. The thing is, I didn't tune the gearbox, so I'm not sure what the top speed is currently. But we'll see. He's keeping up. Oh, he's getting closer here. Don't fly off the track. Okay, I'm gonna put him on push now. I want him to push it. Dude, he's so fast. Wait, holy shit. Oh, come on, eat him up, eat him up. Get in his slipstream. Oh, he's so close. I'm gonna go on overtake now. Oh, he's actually getting him. Oh, why are you passing on the left? Okay, chill. Wait, holy shit. No, don't let him pass. Okay, wait, this is actually great. Whoa, what was that? That was a weird counter steer there. I think I'm gonna put him on steady now. We got a bit of a gap now. But he's actually cooking, dude. Holy crap, we can actually do this B-Spec, I think. That would be phenomenal. Because that is the perfect lineup. I don't want to throw away this lineup. He's cooking so hard. And he seems to have enough top speed. I needed to pay more attention. But I think the gearbox is actually pretty nicely set up by default. I don't think we were hitting top speed at the end. The good thing is the Stratos doesn't have much top speed either. Like, it has a very, very close gearbox by default. So we should be fine on the Nordschleife. But are we actually cooking here? This actually works. So this race we can at least B-Spec. The thing is, I think the later races get a little bit more difficult. Nordschleife might be a decent win though. First race, first win. Okay, let's see where, you know what? Let's see where this goes. I definitely want to see this through. The good thing is he's gonna keep getting experience here. So he should drive slightly better over time. Okay, push and overtake. Not sure, I don't think you can qualify, right? We could try to qualify and see if that works, maybe. Maybe you can do that without the license. And then we can at least put him into first place on the start. That does actually make a big difference. Okay, oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, it took us a little longer than I would have liked to get past the pack, but that's okay. Yeah, I think this check might be a little bit more difficult. I think the Stratos might have the upper hand here, but let's see where this goes. Yeah, once again we're getting away from the pack. Yeah, that's actually still looking pretty good. Yeah, exactly. I think the Stratos definitely has the best cards on El Capitan here. This is definitely heavily favors the Stratos here. But then again, we did tune this car quite nicely. I mean, not tune. I didn't tune the thing, but it does have all of the good handling upgrades. Like the semi-racing suspension and the sports tires. They do a lot. I think this is doable, guys. I think this might actually be doable. Yeah, the tires are going a long way. Honestly, I think the suspension is probably doing more than the tires here, if I'm being honest. And I think that's ultimately what's going to cook the Stratos. That's, I think, why even in corners we might still be faster. Okay, am I gonna press overtake? It's gonna be risky here. Is he gonna go for it? Not yet, not yet. I'm not around the outside, dude. Stay in the slipstream. Okay, get him on the straight. You got speed. Oh, dude, he's coming. Oh, Lord, he's coming, dude. Oh, Lord, he's coming. Okay, I gotta watch the speed. I want to make sure we don't hit top speed. It doesn't look like we did. And we overtook him. Holy shit. Okay. Relax, relax, relax. I'm still gonna leave him on fast. Ooh, shit. Okay. No, never mind. That looked really, really dangerous for a moment. I think we almost got overtaken. Okay, I need to leave him on fast here. I need to leave him on fast. We're not far enough away for steady. Okay, maybe now? I think I'll put him on steady now. I think we're good. We're good for now. Okay, he's ripping. Dude, this actually works. Dude, I'm so glad this works. Holy shit. I really didn't think we could get through EMB spec. But I think it's only really with this lineup. Once again, if we had the Cobra in here, or the Corvette, or the Buick, this would be over. This would be so over. But with this particular lineup, we can actually do B-spec. I'd say we have this in the bag. I actually then again took that kind of slowly. Like, I'm closely watching the map with like... I'm watching the individual pixels in between the dots. I have a slight suspicion I could have still beaten the C2 Corvette. Maybe, I'm not sure. It would have been even faster than the Stratos, I think. Yeah, if we can, I feel like if we can beat El Capitan here, I think we're good for the rest. Once again, I think the Stratos had the biggest advantage here, and it still didn't win. So I think we might be fine. But let's see. I don't remember what the other races were. Oh, red is better than blue. Next race. Oh, this is Nordschleife. Yeah, I think on the end... I should honestly extend the gearbox. I should extend the gearbox for this. But we didn't hit top speed yet. We didn't hit top speed on Fuji, and we didn't hit top speed on El Capitan. Which makes me think it's fine. The thing is, the car doesn't have that much horsepower. It's not that fast. So I think the gearbox by... like, naturally is a little bit taller than the stock one. I think it's going to be fine. But let's see. Let us see how this is gonna go. We got a bunch of straights as well, other than the long straight at the end. So immediately push and overtake. Once again, we wanna try to get ahead of the pack as quickly as possible. Okay, that's one. I'm not even sure what that is. That's some Alfa Romeo. The problem is this is a rolling start. That's a bit of a problem. We have a big disadvantage here because of the rolling start. And it's also really hard to overtake on the Nordschleife. You can see he's kind of stuck there. Shit, okay. Okay, he's passed. Okay, good. I think I'm gonna leave overtake on. We're pretty close to the goal. We should also pass it fairly quickly. Okay, nice. Yeah, we got a bunch of straights coming up here. Oh, dude, the strat is already 7 seconds in. Almost 8. Holy jump! Oh my god! Beastback driver's ripping it, dude. Okay, we need to turn overtake off. I'm gonna go back on fast. I don't want him to overshoot. Once again, the driving skill on the Beastback driver is pretty low. So if I keep him on push, there's a good chance he's just gonna shoot himself off somewhere. Okay, it's gonna take us a while to get to the Stratos. So it was around about 8 seconds ahead last time. Now it's just 7. Okay, it's not bad. I think with a few more longer straights, we'll reach it eventually. Oh, he's actually catching up. He's actually catching up. But yeah. We only have 1 lap for this. Oh, we see him, we see him, we see him. 5.5 seconds. The gap is narrowing. Let's see. I think we should be fine. I think we should be fine. Like, we're getting close. Like, my anxiety was that we're just gonna lose him, or like lose a lot of ground on the first 2 sectors. With the long straight at the end, I think we got a shot. But right now he's just eating away at the lead. Like, bit by bit. Ooh, he's going wide. Oh, never mind. That was not great. Oh, dude, he's not driving well. Not sure if leaving him on fast is a good idea. I mean, 4 seconds? The gap is narrowing? Yeah, let him cook, let him cook. As long as he's catching up, I'm not gonna touch the controller. Oh, he's so close now. I think that straight we really caught up. Oh, yeah. There must be less than 3 seconds now. Holy. Look at that. So close. It's not close enough for overtake yet, though. Not close enough yet. Not yet. Now, let's go. Hit it! Oh, wait. Round the outside! Holy shit! What a beast! What an animal! Round the outside on the Nordschleife. Crazy work. Crazy work. Holy, and he's off. Absolutely diabolical work right here. Yeah, I think we got this now. I don't see him. He's gone. A little bit slower on the carousel, that's okay. Yeah, especially overtaking on that section in particular is actually crazy. What can I say? Walter Copeland still got it. Still got it after all those years. Yeah, I think we got this now. I can probably speed this up. I'm not too concerned. Let's watch the split. Yeah, 3.7 seconds is not bad. Let's wait for one more split to see how we're doing pace-wise. I should put him on steady. Holy shit. Very important. This car was a fantastic find, the used car dealer. Yeah, I think without the with the Bluebird, we would not have been able to do this on B-Spec. It would not have been fast enough. Okay, I'm not sure if I missed the split. Oh, there we go. 5. Yeah, but we're safe. Especially now the fast part of the track begins, I think we're good. I think I'll head to the race mode and oh, speed it up. This race is over. Although I do want to see the top speed. Where is this car topping out? It's still gaining speed. I don't think we needed to set up the gearbox. I think if anything we might have needed to make it shorter. Because I was really afraid that the gearbox is too short. And the car's just gonna top out, but oh, look at that. We're doing just fine here. Have I done Grand Tour in the Euro events hall? No. I've only been doing the required events, like in the beginner and professional. Never really been doing anything else. Wow, GG. I mean, Nordschleife I feel like was like the one track where I think we would have had the best chance. But it took us a while to overtake. I will say that much. What's the next track? Ooh. Oh, Cottazur might be a problem. Cottazur might be a problem. Oof. We could try to qualify. Does that work? No. Can't even qualify without a license. So we have to just go in. We have to go in. I hope this is a standing start. It's just 2 laps as well. That's not a lot. If this was 3 laps, I would have said there's a good chance. 2 laps is iffy. 2 laps is really, really fucking iffy, dude. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. You think it's a rolling start? I mean, let's find out. Oh, dude, we're cooked. We might be cooked, chat. Oh, this is bad. This is quite bad. I'm not sure if we can win here. Let's see how he does. We have a few straights here that will help. He needs to really get past the pack immediately. Oh, why are you struggling? Okay, good. Yeah, okay. And he hit him in the back. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, we should push him out. Oh, this Stratos is already so far away, man. Nah, he's just struggling. Pass him before the corner, yes. Oh, 9.2 seconds, dude. I think the rolling start is what cooked us here. I think with a standing start we would have had a chance. But like this, oof. Yeah, push out the Golf, that's fine. Just get ahead of everyone at all costs. Oh, he just doesn't want to overtake. Look at that, he braked massively, dude. Oh shit, dude. Okay, pass him here. Perfect. I'll turn overtake off. I'm gonna keep him on push. There's not much he can fuck up here. He can't like leave the track. I want him to go max pace here. Max pace, max pace. Okay, let's see what the gap is. We got a few straights here. We should be able to catch up a little bit nicely here. Wait, 7.5. We caught up a quarter in just a span of one sector. Wait, I'm beginning to believe. Wait, we're closing the gap so quickly here. Wait, don't tell me it's actually possible. Wait, holy shit. Dude. Dude, I see him! Wait, there's no way. There's no way. There's actually no way. Ah, it's gonna be tough. We didn't catch up as much as I would have hoped here. I thought we would have caught up more on that tunnel section. Not much has happened since then. Ah, yeah, I think it's a loss. I think once again with one more lap, I think one more lap would have been fine. That's the thing. If this was a 3-lap race, I think this would have been an easy win. 2 is not enough. But we got damn close. We got really damn close. Look at that. What a shame, man. But it's okay. It's a championship. And we're still leading. That's all that matters. In fact, I think... No, we have not won yet. We have not won yet. If I cannot exit this. Laguna Seca. Oh, once again, just 2 laps, dude. Oh, it's so short. And it's rolling start again. Oh, fuck. Okay. Yeah, I mean, okay, here's the thing. If we get second, we still win by points, but it's kind of lame. I would like to end this on a win, if I'm being honest. I think ending this on a win would be so much nicer. See, there you go. Immediately overtake. That's what you needed to do earlier. Yeah, look at that, dude. Look at that. That's what you needed to do earlier. Just immediately overtake everybody. There you go. Beautiful. Mwah, chef's kiss, dude. Now the last one. Come on, you got it straight here. Perfect. Nah, not quite yet, not quite yet. Are we ahead? I think we're ahead. Okay, I'm gonna turn overtake off. I'm gonna leave him on... No, I'm gonna put him on fast. It's too risky going on push. It's so easy to trip up here, and this track is really punishing if you do. Like, the gravel traps here are devious. And I think we're... Yeah, we're so much closer now. 3 seconds. Like, we gotta pass the pack way, way faster here. Want to drink a little too much anti-freeze in the last race. Seemed that way, yeah. Alright, down the corkscrew. Beautiful. That was clean, if a little bit slow. 2.6. Okay, I think this might actually be possible. We could end this on a win, I think. 2 laps might be enough here. I feel like we're getting gapped here on the straight. I mean, I think the Stratos has better acceleration. That might be why. Yeah, I'm gonna push. I feel like if I'm not gonna tell him to push, we might not get any closer here. Like, on that straight, we didn't make any progress. And it's the final lap, so I need him to push here. If he makes a mistake... No, no, we're not pushing. We're not pushing, dude. If the thing is, if I lose this, it's over. I only win by points if I get second. Oh, dude. Am I risking it all for a win here? Oh, it's so close. I'm risking it. Push. Push, man. Push it to the fucking limit, dude. Absolutely go ham now. Is it time to overtake? Yes. Come on, come on. Oh, dude, it's gonna be so close. Don't send the car off, dude. Oh my god, he punted him. Oh my god. He's a Forza driver. He's learned from me. Ah, dude, no, don't brake too much. Ah, dude, this is gonna be... Nah, I think we lost. He was too slow. He was too slow around the last corner. Oh, fuck. Oh, damn. Whatever. Whatever, we win the championship. That's all that matters. Walter, maybe I think it is time for the retirement home. I'm sorry. That was fun though. It was fun to be-spec that one. Do we get anything for our 0 effort? Imagine if I get something like absolutely insane from this, from doing actually nothing. Okay, that's nothing. That makes sense. We're gonna sell it immediately. Where is it? There. That was awesome. That was fun, yeah. And a bit on a wet fart, but that's okay. Okay, what is next? Tuning Car Grand Prix. We actually still have a bunch of events left. So this is only for production or tuner cars. What is our fastest production car? I think concept cars don't count, right? So probably still the yellow bird. I'm thinking... might it be better to buy a tuner car, the Opera? The Opera S2000? I think that is the best option right now. Because this smokes everything that we have. As far as like non-race cars go. And we can afford it. Oh, you're right. Wait, you're right. I need the license. What am I saying? We need the international B for all of these. Right. I need to go back to school. I need to go back to school. Fuck. I totally forgot. Holy crap, this car drives, I guess. Okay, I'm not going to go for all silvers here anymore though. Man's already repeating his playlist. Okay, you want a different song? I'll give you a different song. Enjoy this. Oh my god, okay. Is that a golot? No, it's not a golot. Can you imagine if that was a golot for this song? See if I get at least one golot here. I personally don't believe it, but... yeah. Fuck, dude, these cars suck so much in the license test. I got too used to all the nicely tuned cars that we had. These cars now suck. Okay, we're still getting silvers. That's pretty good. So we might actually get 2 prize cards from this, if I can keep this up. Okay. Ugh. Okay, this car actually does not drive as badly as the last couple. Oh shit. Glot? No, that's not Glot. It's barely even silver, man. Okay. You know what, since we're in driving school, let's play the driving school music from the SpongeBob video game. Yeah, that's good. Oh my god, I forgot about this. If I get another 905, I'm gonna lose my mind. Holy shit. What is this hillbilly arm music? This is from the SpongeBob movie game. When you do the driving levels. So this is technically racing game music. Technically. I think Dove made a video once about racing in non-racing games like Cyberpunk and GTA. I'm not sure if he put that in, but I suggested that. Like, talk about the SpongeBob movie game and the driving missions in that game. I don't think he added it. Maybe I can still make a video on that. Crap. Okay, I'll tell you what, if I get a bronze here, I'm not doing this again for silver. At that point, I'll settle for one prize car. I think we can just wall ride that, by the way. I'm not sure if it's gonna disqualify me or anything, but I need to actually slow down because of the pace car, unbelievable. No, the 206 RC did not have less than 1,000 sold. We're in the license test. Don't hit the fucking cones. Holy shit. Although the RC in particular, I think, is more rare than the regular 206, right? Once again, like a sportier version. Okay, is this a gold? This is a gold. No way. Holy crap, I'm the 206 Whisperer. Oh no, I forgot about these. These suck. These are actually better in this camera. That's a fail. Shit, dude, on the last one. God damn it, dude. Okay, a bit more finesse through here. Okay, that was pretty slow, I think. Good enough for silver. We take that. 4,000 of the 206 RCs? That's actually less than I thought. That's way less than I thought. That makes sense since it's like some kind of like special variant. So it is kinda rare. It's not rare enough for this challenge. Oh, shit, so close. Pretty slow. It's not a silver. I'm not sure if I want to keep doing this for silver. If I'm gonna be honest. Let's see how we do on the others. If I get a silver literally everywhere else, I'll go back. Here's a rare car. I don't think this is very rare. There's a car in my city, like one of these, that I see fairly frequently. I mean, it doesn't really have to mean anything. This was such a horrible attempt, and it's still a silver. God damn. Been slowly working on an idea for a future stream special. We're not doing the coffee break. I do a month playing some Forgotten Racing. This is fun, yeah. I mean, I also do play or want to play more Forgotten Racing games, but I just kind of want to like spread them out. Like I think on Sundays I like to just kind of like casually play something without any like gimmick or challenge or whatever. And just like experience some racing games that I haven't played yet. Okay, I think I hit every single wall on this track. And it was a gold. Sure, fine. I'll take it. Thank you. Could play something a bit more chill as well. If we're already, wait, what song is this? Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah, you can use the first person view if you want. That they added with the Spec 2 mod. The thing is, I forgot to enable it, so kinda stuck with the roof cam. I need to enable that separately. I feel like honestly, that's something that could be enabled by default. I understand why it's not, because the first person view in Spec 2 looks kind of broken on a lot of the cars. It only really looks good on convertibles, because that's where the interior is actually animated and everything. But yeah. Okay, gotta be honest, that felt like a really slow lap here. Like, unbelievably slow. And it's the glut, dude. What am I talking about? Okay, I'm not doing this on purpose, I swear. Just build different. Dude, these tests are just easy, man. Ouch. I mean, coming off the Gran Turismo 3 license test that I'm currently trying to gold, this is like baby shit in comparison. Except the rally ones, these can be tricky. Because the rally physics kinda suck. That's still silver? It is, yeah. Even though I was struggling pretty hard. Tests are so easy. Instantly gets a fail. I had no idea you live streamed. I thought I only do YouTube. No, I also stream. In fact, for a while it's the thing I did the most. Now it's just kind of more 50-50. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Glad you found it. How did you find the stream, actually? Were you just browsing Twitch, or did you get a VOD recommended? Kinda curious. Okay, that was not a silver. Yeah, this test sucks. It's because the track sucks. Is it bad your first time playing GT4 is playing through the GTA 4A spec mod? Oh, you probably mean spec 2. No, not at all. Absolutely not. I would actually recommend this for a first time playthrough. The spec 2 mod. Because it does a lot of like quality of life improvements that I think go a long way. Which is browsing, interesting. Twitch decides to recommend my stream then. Oh, that's on the grass. That was nice. Okay, so it's only 2 bronzes. I think up to 3 bronzes I would still redo. For silver. I think that's worth doing. Oh, that's way too wide. Way too wide. Good lord. But despite everything else, was still somewhat fast. Yeah, actually close to gold. How much have these licenses become muscle memory to me at this point? Yeah, quite a bit. Some more than others. I think the first one is like... I get like half golds on the first attempt at this point. So yeah. Very muscle memoried. But these here not so much actually. I think this one was kind of difficult to get a silver on. Or more difficult than the other full laps. Oh no. It wasn't too bad yet. I'm quite happy with that so far. Oh, brake. Really late here, okay. Little wheel spin, that's okay. Might have been one of my better attempts yet. It wasn't super perfect. Some sections were kinda crap. But overall... definitely one of my faster attempts at this. Yeah, it should be a silver. Actually, that was so close to gold. I've never been this close to gold here. Never. That was not bad. Like, I don't think I ever got a gold here. And it was definitely never this close. Very nice. Okay, I think... I'm not sure, was this the last one? Bonk the inside, I think that's fine. Don't lose much speed. Nice. England is a goddamn furnace today. My condolences. Well, our country will also, like Germany will also turn into a furnace this week. Not quite yet, but it'll happen. Okay, so we get 1 prize car. I think I'll go back in. I only got bronze on 2 of them. That's just a basic Miata. I don't think it's anything rare either with the color, so nothing super exciting. So I think I'll shoot for the bronze, the silver prize car at least. Even though this here is gonna be very tricky to get silver on. Holy, oh, dude, I'm not even sure if it was fast enough. But like I always kind of lose it on the last couple. Okay, not bad. That was silver? Dude, I don't ever want to try gold on this. That one honestly seems like one of the hardest license tests. Like every time I try this, I don't really see any way of getting a gold there ever. Ugh, it's absolutely horrific. Okay, so on this, I think you just want to like slow down to a crawl. There we go. And be very, very gentle with the gas. There you go. All right. Well, that one took you a bit. Let's get another prize car. Hope for something rare. Is that rare? Is that a rare? I swear I've never seen this car in this game before. Never. It's rare in Europe. That's true. I genuinely, I've never seen this game, this car in this game before. But I would say it looks like a standard like economy car. So I would say it's probably not rare. We can definitely sell the Miata. And where was it? I'm just gonna make the call and say this is not rare. Yeah, I think if you just look for Alto, you're gonna find like a lot of other cars. Like this one is like the Alto Lapine Turbo. I mean, even then, I feel like we don't have any events where we can even use this anymore. We already did the K-Car Cup, we did the Compact Car Cup, like... I'm just gonna sell it based on us not needing it. So, there we go. So... Which means... We still have... Yeah, we can do the tuning car Grand Prix now, because we now finally have the licenses. Do I want to do this now or next time? Already past 8 PM. So I think I'll leave it here. Usually like 3 hours, a little bit over 3 hours is what I want to shoot for. I will be back with this, maybe even tomorrow, because I would like to wrap up this challenge. And there really isn't much left. We only have 5 more events here, and then the GT World Championship. That sounds like something we can do in a single more stream. So yeah, tomorrow we're gonna wrap this up. I think should be easy, should be fine. And yeah, I think that's it from me for today. I think I'll send you over to Kuru. I haven't rated him in ages. So yeah, make sure to tune in. Once again, VODs are always going to be on the VOD channel within the next like 24 hours usually. So if you missed today's stream, make sure to sub there. Please watch the VODs there, by the way. Don't watch them on Twitch. They are much higher quality on the VOD channel, like 1440p. And I actually also earn a little bit from that. So, yeah. Thank you so much for hanging out. Much appreciate all the support. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Take it easy. And as always, peace. See you guys.